It's the season finale, and dear Lord, please don't be the actual, like, series finale, not just season finale, but it is the finale of Star Trek Prodigy, so it is episode 20 of season 2, and its title is Ouroboros Part 2. Let's do it.
And I think appropriately enough, isn't that a 12 Monkeys background?
Oh, yeah. My desktop switched to a 12 Monkeys background. Perfect. Oh, I got really excited, but now I don't want to do it.
That's Tars Lamora.
Yes!
So it's... when they showed it in the last episode, I was thinking, that does look like the thing, and that thing in the opening has always looked like the thing from the beginning.
So
it's almost like the whole time they've been showing it leaving from that first couple of episodes.
I'm, like, really... Since we've done this in such a binge fashion, I'm, like, upset that it's gonna be over, but I want to know what happens.
Next time, release them weekly.
Yeah, please do. I need to process stuff. I really feel like, because Kurtzman's done such damage to the franchise, people have not checked this out or don't want to check this out, and it's gonna be something that maybe years later people might discover and realize it was good, and they should have been watching when there was a chance to really save it. So I'm like, I just want people to know about the show.
Maybe it'll be like Clone Wars, and like everyone will be like, oh wait, there was good Star Wars, it was just animated. Yeah. And then it'll get like a final hurrah.
Yeah, come on. Every show's thing that kept them going. The 7-year thing was just getting home for Voyager, so they always had something to be working towards. These are very, like, events that if they wrapped them up, what would you do with the show beyond that?
Right. You'd have to have some thin reason to have all these characters hang out again.
Yeah. They switched back to their white uniforms. Or maybe they always kept them on and the other ones that defected went to black uniforms.
It's like Wall-E, and they can just change color.
What have I done? Oh, so now you realize that you're crazy?
She had to have her brain fried to know. Well, there they are.
Oh.
We need to send the protostar through that mess?
Or else those things will keep pouring in?
I mean, it doesn't need to be manned.
No autopiloting system is advanced enough to keep a ship on course.
Don't you insult hologram Janeway.
Voyager can follow the protostar through. Once it's safe for autopilot, Voyager beams you.
Do that!
You're not going alone.
Gwyn, this is no time to...
Like Wesley said, we have to stay together.
It's like I said, you have to release the virus yourself. I am a little bummed Braxton hasn't showed up.
He might be too advanced.
But I mean, this is like multiverse correcting things, not just timeline correcting things like he did.
True. Oh, they erased that awning. Is there like a giant one that's gonna do the planet? Or do like they all kind of clear the planet and then do it together?
I don't know.
That's what I want to see.
You want to see the planet destroyed?
Those are giant ones.
Yeah.
And I sense an insatiable hunger.
Are they sentient or are they just mindless beasts?
I don't know.
Approaching the wormhole, Captain.
It's like you're swimming through jellyfish.
Jellies.
Once more into the breach.
Title of the pilot of the season.
Cross the threshold.
No turning back now.
They're gonna turn to salamanders.
Just keep firing. Our future rides on it.
Oh.
Oh, Dal, I wasn't talking about now.
What?
The universe needs you all together?
That's next season.
Yeah, I know.
Yet to come.
Oh my gosh, how much have they mapped out, and if they don't make a season 3?
But you'll have to wait.
That's like what Q said, I think.
Admiral, we've lost navigation.
Not all navigation. Cetacean ops.
Come on, Jillian.
Why weren't they already doing it? Oh. I guess they swim through their... I guess they don't have the ability to interact in any other way.
Buttons are hard for whales.
Okay.
Oh, there's all the versions?
Oh no. There's so many.
You said it, Murph.
Tars Lamora.
Oh. Yip. He started with it. It's going too well. What's gonna go wrong?
Right.
Not yet. When the kids find this ship, I can't have any memory of them.
Mm-hmm.
Of you?
Oh yeah, they were banging.
She just finished copying to our EMH backup module.
You found a way.
You gave me a second chance. Let me return the favor.
So the version that knows the kid still died, but at that point...
Yeah, there's still lost info.
Computer, reset Janeway Hollow program.
Ah!
Hmm?
Why is the biggest person also carrying 2 other creatures?
Yeah, the badge was like right there when he found it. Oh, my heart!
Now, how do you get out of there?
The ship must be exactly as it was when they found it on Tars.
Oh, what is it not gonna be exact? Oh, my heart! Dude, this is good!
Welcome aboard.
Oh.
You're with us now.
Now, go boldly.
Oh. Don't cry.
Boldness isn't only for the young. And when Starfleet
You
is...
better hook up.
On my mark. Ready? Go fast.
But so, like, I'm just very confused. Is young Essentia still gonna go in that path? And is her dad gonna have to fake that whole path?
You said it, big fellow.
Oh, right. See, that's also probably why I kept calling Rock a
For, like,
he.
the first 10 minutes, they thought it was a boy, and for 2 seasons, you're like, he. No.
Hey, first impressions, very strong. It just starts playing season 1. Like, wait, what? Oh.
Oh, they're like, we fixed it.
Oh, okay. There they go. Oh, they just
blip out.
fizzle.
All temporal incursions are gone.
So now they can write new future.
An old friend once said, we do not feel the passage of time, but the presence of time within us.
What is that quote from?
We leave behind.
I'm not sure.
I've tried to...
What is that QB looking guy?
Yeah, I want to know.
We must always go boldly.
What's that?
Datestrom Institute,
Oh.
I guess.
I didn't see it was a DNNI, but yes.
Oh, okay. You're calling your mommy?
Where are you?
I'm here, Mom.
Oh,
Why would you do it that way?
just to mess with her.
I want you to meet someone.
What?
What
Your brother.
She had another one?
is this?
It was the doctor.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Not for you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta read all that.
This guy is like, I was just in here with some mild fatigue.
Oh.
Oh,
To new beginnings.
what's the ship?
My next chapter?
She's going to Bloomington. Find the statue they made for you.
You'll never have to look at one again.
What?
What?
Because now
Oh, yeah.
we begin 201. Some students already have experience in this subject.
Oh, look at the jocks now. First contact day. Oh. They're a couple. Just doing that in the open? Oh no, what's happening now?
Lunchtime. Oh, no.
No, don't integrate it at all. Just, why? Don't run the end of this show. Please don't do that. Oh, God. We don't want
It's
this.
all been tainted.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We're nailing it.
They're not
Remember
allowed
Picard?
They're not allowed to make that stuff not canon, even though that's the only way to do anything.
Why? What is it?
Mars was attacked.
Oh, please
By
don't.
who?
By those aliens that go, nyah, 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 nyah. You know what? You don't need a season 3.
All reserve
End it now.
Right.
Because then that means they're going to try and make it canon that, like, Janeway wouldn't help Seven and all that stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be hella dumb.
And they put it in the stupid uniforms from Picard.
This is the only reason they were allowed to finish the season, because they were, like, told they had to kowtow to this.
And cease all exploration to focus on protecting our own planetary
So
citizens.
the Star Trek is over, the Star Protection.
Already informed Admiral Picard. He didn't take it well, to say the least.
Well, I thought you were just gonna throw him under the rug anyway.
We don't even have enough comm badges to upgrade half the fleet.
This just feels so shoehorned. We haven't seen a single synth this whole time.
Yeah,
And now suddenly they're so widespread that they've crippled the Federation.
this feels tacked on, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
That future will have to wait, Admiral.
Kurtzman, like, finally had to, like, wait, no, you have to validate.
I forgot about this show. Let me go run it.
It's all so unfair and illogical.
It's very illogical.
And what if Janeway's like, we're gonna go back in time and make sure this new Trek never happens?
Yes.
These are trying times for us all.
And why is she wearing this stupid uniform when they're not?
Officers in short supply. It's a shame Starfleet wants to...
We're just gonna tell you all this so that you steal it. They're pulling a Hagrid. I shouldn't have said that.
You don't have to steal this ship.
You were making it feel like I had to.
You are a beacon of light to those beyond our reach, to seek out allies and aid those left behind.
It feels like they're trying to, like, if they wanted to do a season 3, they'd be like, let's send them so far out we don't have to deal with what's happening in the fake Starfleet timeline.
Yes. I wonder if those are like exocomps 3.0.
Yeah, so what's floating around?
They were more spherical, but...
Naturally, you'll need an instructor. It's good to see you.
Yes.
The Protostar's been upgraded to a Starfleet training ship, and I'm now her emergency command officer.
The ECH!
Emergency command holograms, a term I created, by the way, are a rare breed.
Yeah, you better have photonic cannons.
Murph is here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Who's the number one? No, who's the captain?
I made a mistake, Gwen. That chair.
This is the dialogue he heard when he
yeah.
looked in the time stream. These uniforms they're doing look like they're gonna go racing. He's got a uniform?
Oh, he's wearing clothes. It's so weird.
It's like when Troy put on a uniform. I'm like, who is that? Let's reach the stars. Is that gonna be her saying?
Well, okay then.
I don't know.
I mean, I do feel very strongly about my theory that they were basically like forced to validate.
Oh yeah.
Because I think I'm sure we're not alone and like, oh, this is the only good Star Trek. It's like, okay, well, first of all, remember that all Star Trek is bad now, and secondly, but then it does feel like they wrote it in a way, like you said, for like, we won't be dealing with that because we're going to another galaxy to like find an ally.
Because Voyager was such a thing unto itself because they got to do whatever they were doing while DS9 was having like calamities with Starfleet. But yeah, they had to, if they were forced to mention it, they had to be like, well, this feels too separate, tie it into the stupid stuff we did, go farther out in space is what she said, like beyond Federation to make allies, so they can have that like Voyager experience of completely new people and stuff and just not be connected to it. But I absolutely hate that they did that. Like that's makes me very sad. Like I said, I felt very fortunate because I didn't get my show destroyed the same way you got your TNG destroyed. And, I mean, they did just make Seven really an unlikable character in Picard.
They made Picard an unlikable
Well,
character
I just ignored that because they only took one of my characters to mess with.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't like that they had that one line in Picard where she was saying that, like, Picard was so noble because he quit the Federation over this, but Janeway didn't stand up for Seven and she refused to quit the Federation. Like, she threatened but then didn't do it and just cut Seven loose to go do whatever she was gonna do. And I was like, don't ever bring that up in Prodigy, because now you're saying that that's canon, so in the future Janeway's just gonna screw over Seven and just be a piece of trash? Cool, thanks.
Right. What if she screws over Seven because, I was gonna say like because she's doing it for Murph or something.
Yeah, you know what, at this point
it's
I have...
either Murph or Seven.
I have
what
more loyalty to Murph because I haven't seen his character destroyed. I mean, like, that, literally, I was trying not to cry. In, like, the compilation they did, it was pretty. It was beautiful. And then it was like, if we cut the 5 minutes of, like, the middle part right before they end out, perfect. It would be flawless.
Yeah.
And because that was part of Short Treks, that scene they were recreating where they all turned and, like, looked. Because they did that episode of Short Trek showing, like, the reaction of all the cadets hearing that Mars got attacked.
Oh. Okay.
And they released it right before Picard came out, and Picard was dealing with that. So they just did, like, a crossover with something that should just never have happened, which is Short Treks. Yeah, but they also mentioned the character in Short Treks and the Tribble commentary she did, and I'm like, please stop doing this. I have selective memory when I need to, so I can just pretend that part never happened and just enjoy what that was, but dang.
I mean, it's tacked on enough that it is, yeah. I have selective memory as well.
It really felt like, because the pacing got destroyed in that moment. Like, it felt bizarre. It felt like we flipped the channel to a different episode all of a sudden. And it did. Why was she wearing the uniforms from Picard era?
That felt like, yeah, that
but then
also
no one
seems,
else was.
That seems inappropriate.
They changed the uniform so suddenly, but only for, like, that's what I was not getting, because, like, in that meeting when it shows them all, like, original series, they had different, like, insignias for what ship they were on.
Right.
But, like, they're having a meeting with Jellicoe, and everyone sitting there had a different uniform on, which was bizarre, because you're, like, some sort of high-ups that you'd think you'd all have the same uniform in the meeting. It just, I don't know, that was just messy. That whole thing was messy. If we move past it and never talk about it again, they can make a season 3. But I made that same statement before this episode, before this season. I was like, hey, don't do it. We watched the thing.
But Prodigy is good.
And I hate that, like, Janeway finally got to retire back to the farm that she'd been talking about, and they're like, come back, we have to deal with Alex Kurtzman screwing stuff up. It's like, none of us can get a break. Heck of a thing.
I want Q to come back and destroy all of what Kurtzman's done.
Yeah.
And then the timeline can be restored.
Just snap. Better. I have mixed feelings, but I still really like this show, so I don't know. I still don't know if the logic of the episode worked out, because they needed to send the ship back in time so the events would play out the way they played out, but the events aren't going to play out the way they played out, because Asencia is never going to grow up to be like that, and her dad has all that memory. So he's not going to grow up to be the diviner and put them on a prison planet for them to find that ship. And her dad was only at that point in time because they went through a wormhole and got displaced in time to find the protostar. So, like, sending the protostar back, if you left her dad's memory intact, is not going to play out the same way. Because now they're like, oh, he's the benevolent leader and we've helped this planet. So they're never going to send ships through time for him to be a slave owner for them to find Prodigy.
Time loops never work.
Time loops can work amazingly. That's why I was saying, I'm like, oh, we have to fix those things. Like, they wanted to erase Janeway's memory, but you would have to erase the dad's memory, too. And young Asencia. And basically everyone on the planet, so they would send 100 ships through. So it's like, it doesn't entirely work.
Yeah, because
like,
they wanted to have that happen, but they also wanted to have a peaceful future.
You can't have both. And sometimes, like, what makes time travel stories so good is when they're tragic, that you have to set tragic things in motion to let good things happen next.
I fell in love with this girl, but I had to let her die in order to win World War II.
Yeah, it's like that. I see the car coming, and so, like, at the same time, I will totally, if the story's good enough, can brush that. So I was just thinking, like, Deadlock. The two ships exist only because their antimatter is connected, so Janeway blows up the ship, but it doesn't blow up both ships, even though the antimatter was shared between both ships, and when you self-destruct, you blow up the antimatter. Makes no sense, but I love it because it's a good episode. So, like, I still think this show is good. That didn't make any time travel sense, though. I mean, I still think Threshold is a masterpiece.
What?
I don't think it's a masterpiece, but it's fun, even though it's incredibly stupid. Like, he was allergic to water, but then later lives in water. I don't know. There are allowances I will make when their logic falls apart if the story is good. But when you do stuff like throw in new Trek stuff, it gets me a little mad.
Yes.
I still hope they make a season 3, but I'm more cautiously optimistic than I was going into this one. That's all I got. All right, bye.